Hey third graders, happy Wednesday. This might look like a change of scenery for you because I'm actually out at my parents' house, sitting outside. And what I'm doing today is listening to all of the noises, kind of the sounds of nature that I don't really have at my apartment. I'm hearing birds chirping and I'm hearing water. And I'm thinking about where sound comes from and what it actually is. And some of you might not know this, but sound is actually the air around us vibrating and reaching our ears. And our ears are specially designed to be able to pick up on these air vibrations. For today's video, I'm going to introduce you to my dad, who's actually a drummer and deals with sound all the time. And he's going to tell us about what it's like to be a drummer in a band. And he's going to teach us about some of the instruments that he uses to make some of these really cool sounds. So I hope you enjoy it, and I'll talk to you again soon. Alright guys, so I'm here at my dad's house now, and here he is to tell us a little bit about drumming, what kind of instruments he uses to make different sounds, and what it takes to be a drummer. So here he is.
Hey everybody, my name is Jeff, and Austin was kind enough to call me in for a little chit chat today to talk a little bit about drums and percussion. And I guess to answer your first question, Austin, the main role of a drummer in an ensemble setting, a band, whatever you'd like to call it, is to, first of all, keep time. It's very, very important to keep time and be a foundation of the rhythm to hold it down and keep everybody together and make sure that everyone's playing at about the same speed.
Yeah, that's all really interesting, and I think some people in our third grade class are already playing different instruments and starting to discover music. So when did you first start thinking about drumming and starting to experiment?
That's a great question. I first started when I was in fourth grade. Like a lot of people do in elementary school, it's time to sign up to take music lessons. And I always liked the drums just by listening to music, and I decided to sign up for drum lessons. So there were probably 15 people that signed up the first day and went in for their first lesson, and by the time 2 or 3 weeks went by, it was down to 4 or 5 of us because nobody wanted to practice. You know, if you want to play basketball, you've got to learn how to dribble. It's kind of the equivalent of that. Or you've got to work on your jump shot alone so that when it comes time to perform or be in a game or be in a concert, you can actually pull it off. So you work on these fundamentals and you also work on coordination and independence so that you can do different things with your different limbs, your arms and your hands and your legs, and sometimes you even incorporate singing into it. So it's kind of adding a fifth limb. So you work on how to coordinate these different things, especially if you play drum set.
Alright, so now we have a few samples of some different percussion instruments that my dad uses from time to time. He's going to tell us what they are and a little bit about how they work and the sounds that they make.
I'm sitting on a percussion instrument called a cajon. So it sounds like this. You try to get bass tones out of it and also treble tones. Bass is lower, treble's higher, and there's different types of tones depending on what part of the drum you hit. So it might be something like this. And then if you turn on the snares, which are those wires, it's a little different. You can hear those wires rattling against the front of it, and it sounds like this. These are called claves, and they're used a lot in Latin music and Afro-Caribbean, Afro-Cuban type music, and they're made of wood. I honestly don't know what kind of wood this is, but I think it might be mahogany or cherry. It's stained very, very dark, and you just hold one like this, not too tightly, just like you would hold a little bird or something that you didn't want to hurt. And then on top of it, you're going to do a rhythm. So this is a pretty classic clave rhythm that's used in a whole lot of merengue and salsa and Afro-Caribbean music. This one is called a güero, and it's also made of wood, either maple or birch. There's a couple of holes in the bottom that allow the sound to get out and resonate, but it sounds like this. There's these ridges here, and you're taking a wooden stick and kind of dragging them back and forth across those ridges to create the sound.
Nice. That's got a little bit of a frog.
Yeah,
type
it does.
sound,
A little bit of a scratchy sound.
Yeah.
There's a picture of an elephant on here too. You probably can't see it, but it's
That's my favorite one.
kind of
so
cool.
far.
Yeah. The güero.
Cool.
So you've got a cowbell in your hand, right?
Yes. Yeah, I think I'm breaking it while we're talking. But
Well-
here's the cowbell.
This cowbell is on a mount which actually goes onto a cymbal stand, so it can be used as part of a drum set. So Austin's going to take the stick and he's going to play it right on the edge here. Pretty loud, right?
Very loud.
You can also make it quieter and make it sound a little bit different by going up here. So I think what we could do is we could do a little percussion ensemble thing together with two different instruments.
Yeah, I like that.
You can play this, and we'll do a little rhythm, and I'll accompany you on the cajon, and we'll see what it sounds like. So I'd like you to play quarter notes on the cowbell. So go ahead, you try that.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So you keep doing that, and I'm going to incorporate something simple with you.
So the hardest part about that for me is just staying steady and not going faster and faster.
That's the big challenge when it comes to drumming and percussion, because we all want to really stretch out and show how fancy we can get and show all the licks we can do and play fast. But it really works well if we keep it simple and create space and a good solid foundation so that other musicians can fill in the space that we leave for them.
All right, third grade, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow for another fun video and some new skill that we can learn during these last 2 weeks of school. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.